Hey everyone. Today we're going to be talking about one just lovely of the many symptoms of getting older as a woman, and that is bone loss. So, whenever I think about this, I think of the movie Wall-E when everybody's on the spaceship and they'd been out there for like hundreds of years, generations, and over those generations they had gotten used to being carted around in these floating kind of chairs. So they stopped using, like they stopped moving. And the movie references and it has this great illustration, which I'll insert here, about bone loss over the years.
Due to the effects of microgravity, you and your passengers may have suffered some slight bone loss. But I'm sure a few laps around the ship's jogging track will get you back in shape in no time.
We have a jogging track?
So maybe that's not the level we're thinking of for women as we get older. We're not that much bone loss. Who knows, right? But bone loss is a fact. So I knew about bone loss. I know different things. And those of you who are in menopause or about to approach menopause, and for everyone's reference, I just turned 51. So I'm in menopause and I'm older. So I'm certainly in the realm of what we're talking about. Bone loss is just one of the things we tend to lose as we're getting older and our bodies are going through changes and adapting and going through menopause and that loss of hormones and things like that. So here's what I did. I just went and typed in women bone loss in Google search. And I'm going to read you what it says. So bone loss in women, primarily osteoporosis, accelerates after menopause due to declining estrogen, which normally slows bone breakdown. This is written terribly, by the way. Anyway, osteoporosis or bone loss leads to weaker, brittle bones and increased fracture risk. Now, that part gave me pause. I'm just going to say, because when I pulled this up and read it, and I read this last night, but I had to share it with you because I'm like, hold on a second. I'm going to look something else up. Hip fractures, life expectancy. So this is, again, where my brain went after I read that. Here's what it says. Hip fractures significantly increase mortality, with about 18 to 33% of older adults dying within a year, though rates vary and many survivors lose independence. So even if you don't die, you lose independence. Key risks include older age, pre-existing conditions like heart disease and stroke, and immobility, leading to complications like thrombosis. While historically high, 1-year mortality has improved with better treatment, but the fracture itself still lowers long-term expectancy, long-term life expectancy. Okay, y'all, I'm gonna hit the back button and go back to what we initially looked up, which is women bone loss, okay? I love being mobile. I'm very thankful that I still primarily can move around each day at 51 years old without a lot of pain. And I got a lot of life left to live. Now, if it all ended today or tomorrow, okay, I lived a good life up until now. I'd like to keep going and living a good life. Here are some of the things that I do as a menopausal woman. I do take hormone replacement therapy. I've been doing that for about the last 2 years as I was hitting perimenopause. And you can check some other videos on my channel and other resources that we presented. But the statistics are that if you do start hormone replacement therapy earlier rather than way after you've hit menopause, you benefit better. And this is one of the reasons why, is because that loss of estrogen that you experience when you're going through perimenopause and then menopause contributes to your bone loss. I try to be mobile at least 3 to 4 times a week. This is one thing I need to get better at. I need to be doing more weightlifting and improving my muscle tone, or at least maintaining it, because that starts going away all by its lonesome. It's great. It's great. I also take vitamins. Now, one thing I want to show you, I want to bring this over so I can show this on screen. I have this big old jar of vitamins, and I take a calcium every day. So this is just like from Kirkland, Costco shopper over here. So each capsule has 600 milligrams of calcium in it. So that's something that I take every day. Something else I take every day is Vitafusion Women's multivitamin gummies. It's 2 of them. They taste pretty good. So if I look on this, on the label, let's see, calcium, it has 130 milligrams. Great. So that's getting me, let's see, 130. So 730 milligrams of calcium through taking this, as well as my calcium supplement. Now, I happen to have a friend, a former colleague. She works at a company called Solaria Bio. And she said, "Hey, I thought of you because obviously I do a lot of these videos. No one should be in the dark about how old I am and the fact that I'm in menopause." But she knew I was going through this. She goes, "Oh my gosh." So I'm working at this company. She works in marketing. She's like, and they have a supplement for bone loss. So she sent some to me, and I'm going to unbox that today. So let me bring my microphone over here. So we're going to open this box together, and you can see it on the screen. So it came in this box, Journa, Microscape Technology. The future of bone health is stronger than ever. Sweet. So we're going to open it. All right. Okay. First things first, the future of bone loss is stronger with Bōndia. Bōndia, symbiotic medical food. Interesting. Okay. For the dietary management of osteopenia and bone loss associated with menopause, weight, and age. Excellent. So I get this nice little thing. How Bōndia slows bone loss. Our bones are a living tissue and in a constant state of renewal. Cells called osteoclasts continually break down old bone, while osteoblasts replace it with newer tissue to ensure stronger and healthy bones. Yay, osteoblasts. As we age, our osteoclasts, the cells that break down bone, increase in number. While our osteoblasts, bone-forming cells, decline, leading to bone loss. I have to make everything correlate with like superhero movies and things like that. So this makes me think of Endgame, at the end of Endgame, where Thanos' army shows up, and it's obviously tons of people, tons of warriors and things like that. And we literally have three heroes who face off again against him, and then it's down to one, Captain America. So in this scenario, osteoclasts are Thanos and his army. But we want more osteoblasts, which I'm going to say Bōndia maybe, and anything, when you take supplements that help build those, osteoblasts are able to enter the picture on your left, Cap. And that's all of the Avengers showing up to say, "Oh, no, you didn't." And so I'm going to think of it that way. Osteoblasts are basically the Avengers, bone-forming cells. And so daily use of Bōndia is clinically validated to slow bone loss as you age. Bōndia's symbiotic formulation slows down the speed at which osteoclasts break down bone. Thanos' army. Slow you down, helping to balance the rate of bone renewal. Right, how to use. Okay, in week 1, take 1 Bōndia capsule with breakfast and 1 capsule with dinner. And then in week 2 and beyond, take 2 capsules with breakfast and two capsules with dinner. Store Bōndia in the refrigerator, keep dry to maintain potency. Avoid any temperature variations or exposure to high temperatures. How to recycle. We're committed to contributing to a more sustainable future. Nice. The shipper box and installation your Bōndia product is shipped in are fully recyclable and can be placed in the paper recycling bin. That is also awesome. Okay, well, let's keep going. So I've got the Bōndia here, so I'm going to open this up. Oh, this is kind of cool. I actually don't need to open it from the top. Hold on a second, guys. Let me shut that back up because it's got its own little dispenser down here. So, nice. So this would be for a day, a normal day. But remember that first week, you're going to take 1 capsule with breakfast and 1 capsule with dinner. So let's actually open and see what a capsule looks like. Open this up. There you go. Just a little capsule. I'm going to show the difference. Y'all, I don't know if anyone, I have a pretty strong gag reflex. Say what you will about that. I'm going to take out my calcium pill. All right, ready? Let's hold this in my hand for scale. There you go. That is a calcium pill and a Bōndia pill. Okay. I'm just going to say right now, I can tell the Bōndia is going to be better. The calcium pill is giant. It's a freaking horse pill. So I'm excited about that. That's going to be a little bit easier to take now that we've unboxed it. This would make sense then to put in your kitchen or dining table or wherever you wind up like saying, this is where I go to have food, and it'll be the thing I can remember the best. So there you go. Let me know what you think in the comments. If you're also facing the realities of all the things that we are starting to lose when it comes to getting older, hitting menopause, being an older woman. I know I'm not the only one who's going through stuff like this. I know I'm not the only woman out there who's experiencing bone loss, worried about bone loss, trying to take everything we can to avoid bone loss. There's only so much calcium, things we can eat, it feels like. So a supplement like this can really be helpful. And yeah, I just learned about DEXA scans in the last 2 weeks when my friend reached out because she mentioned it. And I'm like, what's that? So we're all learning this as we go. Um, do I wish we knew more about this before it hit us? Yes, that's the whole point of these kind of videos. So, um, let's not be so frustrated together. And, stuff like this, stuff that science has developed for us over centuries, maybe can help us in this century. Yay. And even better in future centuries. Also, yay. So, please hit like if you found anything in this video helpful. Subscribe if you want more videos and want to see more videos on my channel and by me that you can relate to and can continue to help you go through menopause or even someone you love going through menopause. And speaking of which, share this with people if you feel like, hey, stuff I didn't know. Go, use, live better. That's what we're all here to do. So thanks so much for watching. And yeah, would love to hear from you about what you think about Bōndia, bone loss, menopause, being a woman, being alive, all the things. Talk to you soon.